Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Rokket Yugioh deck profile for post Chaos Impact. Wanted to do an update to the deck. We received some really awesome support in the latest booster pack for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Chaos Impact in the form of new Link monsters for the Rokket deck. I also wanted to update the deck in general since the October 2019 ban list, where they actually hit Pain, which was a pretty big play in the deck just to get out extra deck monsters. But I also wanted to focus solely on the Rokket monsters for this deck profile, going off of as much as they can do with the new support we received from the Rokket Revolt structure deck a little while ago, and all the new stuff we have. So definitely excited for what the deck can do now just with special summoning and destroying the different Rokket monsters, and all the different forms we have from Revolver's new cards, including Exceed, Synchro, and Fusion. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So to start off with the monsters, I run 3 Rokket Tracer. It's a quick effect. You can target one face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 Rokket monster from your deck, except Rokket Tracer. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Dark monsters. You can only activate and use this effect of Rokket Tracer once per turn, but it's also a level 4 tuner, so very, very easy to get out your main Synchro, which is Borreload Savage Dragon with this card, and also just to obviously destroy your other Rokket monsters you have on the field and special summon out new ones, with the benefit of being able to special summon out Rockets at the end of the turn with their own effects when they are destroyed, and then obviously getting ones other than the ones summoned out to use their effects also. So definitely need 3 Rokket Tracer. You can easily special summon it with cards like Quick Launch, but I still like the 3 options so you open it up faster in the hand as well. I also run 2 Magna Rokket Dragon. Decided to run 2 of this card just for the fact that you can easily search it out, like I said before, with cards like Quick Launch or just Rokket Tracer in general. When a Link monster effect that targets his face-up card on the field, quick effect, you can destroy this card, then send 1 monster on the field to the graveyard, and during the end phase it has the special summon effect. If this card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Rokket monster from your deck except for Magna Rokket Dragon. You can only use each effect of Magna Rokket Dragon once per turn, but the send effect definitely helps to get rid of and around monsters that can't be destroyed by card effects, since it just sends them, and also that special summon will just keep your resources on the field so you always have monster to use also. I also run 2 Auto Rokket Dragon. Auto Rokket Dragon basically has the same effect as Magna Rokket Dragon, aside from the fact that it sends a spell or trap instead of a monster on the field, and also just weaker stats than Magna Rokket. Both can be bumped up with cards like Boot Sector Launch, but Auto Rokket just helps to take care of pesky spell or traps my opponent might have on the field, and also, benefiting from the fact that if they're destroyed, they get effects, but Auto Rokket just sends them, so you can get around those cards also with this card. And then for some of the one-ofs in the deck, I run 1 Silver Rokket Dragon. When a Link monster effect is activated, that targets this face-up card on the field. Quick effect, you can destroy this card, then look at your opponent's extra deck and banish 1 card from it. And during the end phase of this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field or by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, you can special summon 1 Rokket monster from your deck except Silver Rokket Dragon. You can only use each effect of Silver Rokket Dragon once per turn, but the fact that you can take out a big part of your opponent's extra deck is why this card's very vital in the deck, but once again searchable, which is why I'm also just running it at 1. The other one-ofs I'm running in the deck are 1 Anist Rokket Dragon. This one just helps for preventing my opponent's monsters from attacking and also by negating their effects, and Metal Rokket Dragon being able to basically clear column that this card is in. Same with Shell Rokket Dragon being able to clear out a card and then the cards adjacent to it on your opponent's side of the field. And I run the 1 Rokket Synchron, just very easy to have another synchro option for Borreload Savage Dragon if you want to use your Rokket Tracer for a Link summon or another play. Rokket Synchron along with Abso-Router Dragon gives you another level 8 right then and there. And it can also target the level 5 or higher Dark monster in the graveyard, which can be Abso-Router Dragon, and special summon it on the field to use. Just one-ofs for all of them though. I feel that's all you really need for these cards. You can easily special summon them with cards like Boot Sector Launch onto the field to use them, or also just special summon them from the graveyard to reuse them when you need them also. And then for added backup, I run 3 Absolrouter Dragon. If you control a rocket monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Absolrouter Dragon once per turn this way. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 rocket monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Absolrouter Dragon once per turn. So the search definitely does come in handy, but it's just an easy special summon of a dragon monster on the field. Like I said before, it's level 7, so you can easily synchro with it and rocket synchron into Borreload Savage Dragon, or just use it for your link summons on the field also. And then for a little more extra generic dragon support, I run 2 Gateway Dragon. With this one, if your opponent controls a link monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Gateway Dragon once per turn this way, and once per turn you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Dark Dragon monster from your hand. So just really easy way to not take up your normal summon with these cards, so very, very useful there as well. Then also just being able to get more and more monsters on the field. You run against plenty of opponents' decks that have link monsters as the main focus, so being able to easily special summon this card out by them just having a link monster happens more and more since we're in a format with link summoning being a main focus in the deck. Only 2 though, since it's a once per turn effect. I just want to end up having to open up this card, but other than that, I really do like the rocket plays, but just having this as an add backup just helps if we're 1 monster short for a play. And then for some of the other one-of dragons, I run 1 Destrudo, the Lost Dragon's First, and very, very easy to set this card up in the graveyard with cards like Dragon Shrine or Dragon Ravine, which we also run in the deck. I also run the 1 Tempest, Dragon Ruler of the Storm, just an easy card to get out just by banishing dragons in your graveyard, and the 1 Red Eyes, Darkness Metal, just another easy special summon of a monster on the field. Then you can easily special summon more dragon monsters from your graveyard or hand just to get the field swarm for more and more monsters you can use. And then for the only non-dragon monster I run in the deck, I just run the 3 Ash Blossom. It's just my preferred staple of choice with the deck, just being able to stop a lot of my opponent's plays if they go first, and then also just having that option to disrupt any sends they might have to the graveyard with this one definitely does come in handy. And that is it for the monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. I run 3 Quick Launch. This is definitely a very important card in the deck. You special summon 1 rocket monster from your deck, but it cannot attack, also destroy it during the end phase. It's just an easy special summon of whatever rocket monster you need. Most of the time, I go for the target of choice, which is Rocket Tracer, because then I can normal summon another rocket monster or activate another Quick Launch, since it is not once per turn, and then use those effects to special summon out another one while getting the destruction effect. And then if I just end up leaving them on the field, and they're destroyed anyway, I'll still get these summoned. So very, very useful and definitely needed at 3 in the deck. And then for this field spells, I only run 1 Boot Sector Launch and 1 Dragon Ravine. Now, the one reason I only run the 1 Boot Sector Launch is for the fact that this card is searchable with the new Link monster we run in the deck, which is Striker Dragon. It's a monster, as soon as you link summon it, you can basically search Boot Sector Launch. So you really only need the 1, since you can easily link summon out that 1 monster with all the different rocket monsters we have in the deck. Much easier than having terraforming, because the biggest thing I found with the deck was obviously just drawing too many Boot Sector Launch, since it doesn't add cards to your hand. All it does is special summon rockets you would have in your hand or graveyard, so you don't really need more than the 1, and obviously for your cards. And then I also run the 2 Dragon Shrine and the 1 Foolish Burial, just more monsters to set up and send to the graveyard. I can set up Destrudo or any of the rockets to special summon back with Boot Sector Launch. So I like these ratios just for the fact that Foolish Burial is 1 on the ban list, and Dragon Shrine can only be used once per turn. So if I open up both, I have the options to send 2 different cards. Excuse me for that. But also, for more of the spells, I run 3 World Legacy Succession, World Legacy Guard Dragon, my apologies. Just a really useful card. It can 1 special summon when this card's activated at level 4 or lower dragon monster in the graveyard, or you can either add to your hand or special summon it, and then once per turn you can target 1 dragon monster you control. You can move it to another main zone. So it means you can run the cards I still run, which are Pisty and Elpy in the deck, and obviously move them to better use of their arrows on the field. That's why I like to run the 2 of these options. We don't have Aggro Pain anymore, but still giving us different special summon options, since we do banish and also just want dragons from the main deck onto the field much faster. So these cards are very, very useful at 3 still in the deck. And I also run the 1 Dragon's Mirror. Fusion summon 1 Dragon-type fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion material listed on it on your field or graveyard. This is for the easiest way, I'd say, to get out Borreload Furious Dragon, since we want that option, since it's a true powerhouse in the deck for sure, and all you have to do is banish, so it means you don't have to use resources in your hand or field if need be, if they're set up in your graveyard. And also, for a few additional one-ofs, 1 for 1, and 1 Monster Reborn, just easy special summoning for cards like Anis Rokket or your Rokket Synchron with the 1 for 1, and Monster Reborn, just plenty of options in your graveyard to special summon back as well. And then to finish off the main deck, just the 3 Call by the Grave. This card definitely does help, just to make sure your special summons with cards, whether it's Quick Launch or any of your other Rocket effects, go off, so your opponent doesn't hand trap them and stop the play, because that's a very vital part to get your Link summons off successfully. So 3 of this definitely does help to stop your opponent and stop them from stopping you. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. Now, the 1 card I couldn't pull, sadly, was Striker Dragon, the Link 1 monster. So I'll show what card to take out from the extra deck to add in Striker Dragon if you do end up pulling it. But for the rest of the extra deck, I run the 1 Overburst Dragon. It needs 2 Rocket monsters to make it. You can target 1 other Link monster you control, special summon 1 Rocket monster from your hand to your zone that it target points to, but the monster summoned by this way cannot be used as Link material and destroyed during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Overlord Dragon once per turn. And when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Rocket monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. Now, Striker Dragon definitely has the consistency as well, just to help recycle monsters by adding them back to your hand, and also giving you the boot sector launch. But this one just helps with the arrow setup, as well as, you know, the resources you can get from this card. I still like to run it at 1. I also run the 1 Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, just another easy dragon monster to make, and then it helps to easily bounce back your opponent's cards as well. If you're running Striker Dragon, this could be 1 potential card to take out for that spot. The other one being Booster Dragon, just a good destruction Link monster to rely on getting off your Rocket Dragon's effects. The 1 Triple Burst Dragon, very, very useful, since it just needs effect 2 monsters except tokens to make it. Also, 1 Borreload Dragon, 1 Borreguard Dragon, and 1 Borrelsword Dragon for the Borrel monsters you run. I also run the 1 Saryuja, just great for, you know, recycling cards in your hand and getting new ones that could help you better than the ones you currently have. Also, 2 Quad Borrel Dragon. This one just helps for the easy setup once again for the Link arrows, and then also just giving you the options to destroy and special summon cards that your opponent controls. And then I also run the 1 Guard Dragon Pisty and the 1 Guard Dragon LP. More special summon plays when you have your arrows set up. And then for the other extra deck monsters, I run the 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, the 1 Borreload Furious Dragon, and the 1 Borreload X-Charge Dragon. When you can make all the plays, definitely does come in handy, whether it be the overlay of your 2 level 4 Dark Dragons, or the fusion play, or the synchro play we talked about already in the video. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Definitely excited for all the new support we're getting from the Chaos Impact set, so definitely look forward to more deck profiles. But until then, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.